our chief guest, His Excellency Syed Murad Ali Shah, the Chief Minister of Sindh, Cabinet Ministers, Members of Parliament, Secretaries, Consuls General, the Director General of MOFA, Mr. Imran Sumro, distinguished guests, friends, ladies and gentlemen. Assalamu alaikum and good evening. First of all, I'd like to thank the chief guest, our chief minister, for graciously being here with his presence and honoring us with his presence. Thank you, Excellency, for doing that. And of course, I'd like to thank our Consul General, the very energetic and dynamic Dr. Imran Yousuf, for organizing this very beautiful celebration of Independence Day tonight. Thank you, Dr. Imran. You know, my wife and I are very much honored to be here with you tonight, not only because Karachi happens to be the center of gravity of the Pakistani economy, but also because Karachi is literally the birthplace of our friendship with Pakistan. It is in this city, in 1949, when we established our first consulate, and when we elevated it to an embassy in 1956. This is literally where the friendship between Pakistan and the Philippines was born. And therefore, no celebration of Philippine independence would be complete and historically accurate without having a commemoration of that event here in Pakistan. You know, Independence Day celebrations remind us of a truth that history teaches us again and again, which is that freedom is never free and sovereignty always comes with a price. The Philippines knows that very well. Our freedom was not simply handed down to us, it wasn't simply given to us. We had to fight for it. We had to fight long and hard for our freedom. We had to offer a lot of lives, a lot of sacrifices. And that is why the Philippines Independence Day is not just a date on our calendar. It is actually a gift that we honor again and again, a gift we protect, and a gift we celebrate the way we do tonight. But tonight, this celebration also reminds us about one thing, which is that there are actually two aspects when you speak about freedom. No? On the one hand, there is the freedom from something. Freedom from colonial rule, for example, or freedom from foreign domination. That's one aspect of freedom. But there's another aspect of freedom, which is equally important, which is a freedom for something, a freedom to do something. And for a sovereign nation, one of the freedoms for that we enjoy is the freedom to choose who to befriend in the international community, the freedom to choose who to establish diplomatic relations with in the global community. And do you know that that was exactly what we did, ladies and gentlemen, in 1949? In 1949, the Philippines, as a sovereign nation, chose to reach out to Pakistan, a young, newly independent country, and establish the bond of friendship with this country. We established a diplomatic tie that lasted 77 years. Can you imagine that? We've been friends for 77 years, and in spite of changes and challenges, we remain a vibrant and a dynamic friendship between Pakistan and the Philippines. And yet, in spite of that dynamism and that vibrancy, the Philippines is keen on elevating our relationship with Pakistan to even greater heights. And we're going to do that by being friends in the Philippine Embassy in Islamabad, together with our consulate in Karachi, in at least 2 areas of our relationship with Pakistan. Let me talk about those 2 areas in brief. Let me talk first about the area of people-to-people relations. We believe that before governments can cooperate in full trust, the people have to first develop a friendship that is stronger than anything that they can encounter together. And so towards that end, the Philippine Embassy in Islamabad has enlisted the services of our Filipinos here in Pakistan. 3,500 of them, 1,500 here in the Sindh province. We've enlisted the services to become our informal envoys to Pakistan. We believe that by the work that they do, they not only showcase the best of the Filipino workforce, they also sow the seeds of friendship between your country and ours. We also want to establish greater people-to-people ties through educational exchanges. We want our students and our faculty to work together, to learn together, and to discover new frontiers together, areas of knowledge that will benefit not only our countries, but the world at large. Let me talk about the second area in which we're trying to establish greater ties with Pakistan, and that area is the area of economics. We've been doing our best, ladies and gentlemen, to expand our bilateral ties and our bilateral investments with Pakistan. Just last February, we held in Manila the second iteration of the Joint Economic Commission between Pakistan and the Philippines. And in that meeting, we resolved to explore together other areas of mutual investments and cooperation. Equally important is the fact that the Philippines is a member of what you call the ASEAN region. The ASEAN is a region composed of no less than 680 million people, and with the combined GDP of almost $4 trillion US. The Philippines belongs to that economic bloc, and we're offering Pakistan a gateway, a doorway to the dynamic and still growing bloc called the ASEAN. And finally, the third area where we're trying to deepen our relations with Pakistan is in the area of political cooperation. The Philippines, ladies and gentlemen, is keen on emphasizing what we hold in common with Pakistan instead of what divides us, what keeps us apart. There are many things that we hold in common, not only our love for family, our love for food, but also the value that we place on sovereignty, on the rule of law, on the rules-based international order. This is what we focus on. And in the meantime, we continue to hold hands with Pakistan in addressing common issues like climate change, environmental protection, and the upscaling of human capital. Ladies and gentlemen, the future of Philippines-Pakistan relations is not something that we will merely wait for. It is rather something that we will consciously build together, day by day, decision by decision. And if we decide to move forward together, then I know that we shall discover one simple but very inspiring truth, which is that if two nations decide to reach out for the same horizon, then that horizon itself will move closer to them. Thank you very much. Philippines and Pakistan, Zindabad.